All right, guys.
Put a little more in a good working lip.
Yeah, squish, squish, squish. All the shrimps are coming in, so squish, squish, squish.
Prawnapalooza.
Prawn, yeah, that's a good description of it, I'd say. I think that's a good idea. Prawnapalooza, yeah. Let's see here, guys. I'm gonna make sure my Johns are sounding good. Hold on a second here. Hey, whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, yeah. So listen, guys, and give me a. Let me know how it sounds. Yeah. How does that sound? Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Beautiful. Cool, man. Well, first of all, let's hear it for Holy Patrizzi Spore, yo. She was incredible, y'all. Good Lord. Let's hear it for the Holy Terracotta. Fucking off the rails. Let's hear it for that sacred, very, very hot evil. That shrimp blew my mind. I gotta say, you know, this is one of my favorite shows that I played in a very long time. Musically, this has been just such a mind-blowing show, and I feel like blessed as hell to just have been here, let alone be a part of this show, to experience these musics and these tunes. It was mind-blowing, man. So let's hear it for all the shrimps here and all the bands rocking. Guys, my name's Frank Hurricane. It's a spiritual pleasure to be rocking up in West Philly, about 5 blocks from my holy crib, you know what I'm saying? It feels really nice, and I'm so glad to be here. How we doing tonight? Yeah. Well, we all been experiencing some things in this category. I'm gonna bust it off with this song about a little bit of wintertime shit. Sometimes you gotta roll cold and snow to bless my soul. know what I think I'm going to do, just because we're shrimping in this holy room, I think we can go this OG and we don't got to worry about it, you know what I mean? You know, when you're out on the Holy Appalachian Trail, you get yourself a trail name. When you're out on the trail, any type of trail, you receive a sacred trail name if you've been out there long enough. You know, something happens to you. It's usually something that's not so good. You know what I mean? Usually get your name from something you fucked up. Or, my man got the name Shitfoot. His foot smelled like shit. My man had ass cheese. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about wicked cheese. That was another guy. We're talking about big balls. You know, we're talking about loose shrimp. We're talking about, you know what I mean? There was a guy, I can't remember his name exactly, dark magician type of shrimp. I think his name was like Dark Magician or something like that. And this dude, he like did spells on people and stuff, you know what I'm saying, around the campfire and whatnot. And he like put a spell on a shrimp one time and he burned an entire deck of Magic the Gathering cards. And then he ate the ashes. And that signified the holy spell, you know what I mean? Like we got shrimps that eat lizards and stuff in a frying pan. We got shrimps, you know what I'm saying, like 90 years old, you know, giving dome to imaginary shrimpanades. You know, we got people that post up under the outhouse to eat the feces. You know what I'm saying? Like there is people out there on the sacred trails that are doing things beyond your wildest imagination, beyond your wildest dreams. And you can get a holy trail name if you go on the holy trail. And my trail name is Manimal. I got my holy trail name Manimal because I was shrimping at this holy trail, this holy shelter in Trey Mountain. It's like maybe my third day on the actual first 1,000-mile portion of the Appalachian Trail that I ever did. I was up in this mystic mountaintop, Trey Mountain. I was shrimping out with some wild-ass fools and puffing pounds of weed and stuff. And when I woke up in the morning, there was a hainted Army Ranger type shrimp that popped out of a hainted bivy sack. He was camouflaged. We didn't see him. He was underneath the picnic table. He popped up out of it. Yo! You coming with me? And I said, damn, son. For real? He goes, you coming with me? And it was a type of shrimp you can't say no to. I said, all right. That day was the plan. We had 11 and a half miles, you know what I'm saying? 2 miles an hour. You're looking at about 5 point something hours. 2 miles per hour is your average hiking pace. You know what I'm saying? And the other shrimps are like, well, we're going to get up, we're going to shrimp out, we're going to leave about 9 a.m., you know. We'll get to the spot around 2:30 p.m. or something like that. This fool had me going like fucking 5 miles an hour. And I was flying on my feet, and I was girthed out to the max, and I was flying up and over these mystical hills. The swag of the Blue Ridge was pumping. Popped up over this thing called Kelly's Knob. Shrimp was throwing me Snickers bars about every 30 minutes, which is actually, this shrimp taught me some very mystical stuff. About every hour, you want to deep throat at least 100 calories. If not, maybe 200 to 300, maybe to 500. Shrimp was throwing me Snickers bars over his shoulder. I was deep throating Snickers like a motherfucker. Blasting over these mountains. I was doing about 3.5 to 4 to 5 miles per hour. I showed up at the spot about, 5 hours too early at the pickup point where the shrimps were supposed to pick me up and take me into town to get all my groceries and stuff. And I had to just sit there and twiddle my thumbs and no one was around and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I just killed the game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just sitting here alone looking at this mystical creek and just shrimping with ease. At one point, a holy MILF came through and gave me a Mountain Dew. You know what I'm saying? 20 ounce. You know what I mean? And I said, hell motherfucking yeah. And we kicked it for a minute and then she rolled out. And then I was just sitting there. And the van finally pulls up and all the other prawns come down from the trail. And I said to the dude in the van, I said, dude, I've been sitting here for 6 hours waiting on these fuckers. I was just with an Army Ranger. I did 4.5 miles an hour deep throat Snickers bars. He looks at me and he goes, "You're the manimal." And that's how I got my trail name. Now, when people get trail names, it's a very sacred thing. You cannot make up your own. People try to make up their own at the beginning. They fuck. They cannot do that. And you can tell when somebody made up their own. They could be 100 years in. You made up your own, son. Get one. You know what I'm saying? You know it. It's just a natural fact. And, like people try to make their own. It doesn't work. You have to get given it. And it is a sacred thing. And again, most of it is things that people did wrong. Fucking Aquafresh, his toothpaste blew up, Dropped the soap. That shrimp did something he shouldn't have done. You know what I mean? Like people, get their names from things that they did wrong. But luckily, somehow, I was blessed to get one from something cool that I did, which is a true blessing. You know what I mean? I'm Manimal. That is my name forever. Manimal on the trails. I was rolling through Franklin, North Carolina. Met this dude named Girthworm Jim. Y'all ever play Earthworm Jim, the video game?
Hell yeah.
This guy looked just like him, but his name was Girthworm Jim. I said, "You look just like Earthworm Jim." He said, "I know." I said, "Damn, son." We went to a Chinese buffet. Some shit went down. Went to the Walmart. Dude was not letting us take his picture. I tried to take mad pics with this guy. He wouldn't let it happen. Something was weird about this dude. You could tell something was strange. Turns out he's on the run from the hated police of Jacksonville, Florida. He had a quote about Jacksonville. "In Jacksonville, you're either pulling triggers or you're pushing plungers." I've been there. He was right. That's exactly how it was there when I went there. And, this dude, Girthworm Jim, he was strictly off the chain. No better reason to hit the Appalachia Trail than when you are wanted by the hated police in Jacksonville, Florida. The song is about my boy. It is entitled Girthworm Jim. Girthworm Jim, what kind of trouble are you in? I heard you were running from the law. Stay on a trail until the fall. You won't have no worries at all. Girthworm Jim, I'd love to be a friend, but it's hard to know much about you when you're cold and silent like a statue. But the world won't go on without you. I took you to a Chinese buffet, best one I know of near GA. Oh, you really pissed off the boss when you dipped your testiquales in the sauce. The old place was at a loss. Oh, you always high as a kite. The hainted Delta 9 to suit you right. Always dogging down a honey bun. Ah, we really had some fun. So glad to have met you on the run. Girthworm Jim, what kind of trouble are you in? I heard you were running from the law. Live on a trail until the fall. You won't have no worries at all. Spiritual pleasure. As I was rolling up Ted Bridges Trail, thinking about them pink Crocs they put on me in jail. Sometimes you win, sometimes you gotta fail. Sometimes you slugging, sometimes you the snail. As I was rolling under October skies, thinking about how looking up was kinda like looking in your eyes. Down there in Georgia, up here in Tennessee. I'm so glad I know you, everything gonna be free. As I was sleeping above Wild Panther Falls, yeah, big old Widowmaker tree come down, almost crushed your boy and all. Was on my birthday in the middle of May. So glad that I know you, everything gonna be okay. As I was chilling in darkness way up high, looking out over lonely towns, Lord, I asked the question why. You touched me so deep, but we barely touched at all. Your eyes are the color mystic of New England fall. I'd like to get down with you in some deep smoky hail. But until then, you can catch me on Ted Bridges Trail. Pleasure to be here, guys, rocking this, man. This show has been so good, and I just appreciate Paul. Big Fat Paul was here for that shrimp. Woo, woo. Asking your boy, to come through and play this show. It's cool. Like, I love West Philly and being here, and, I just walked here with my guitar. It took about 10 minutes to get here, and that is a sacred feeling, especially when the big old snow banks are shrimping on the side, and you're just slipping in the ice with the shrimpanades and everything, making your way here, and you got some of your top shrimps up in the building. You know what I mean? It's a sacred vibe, man, and I love Philly. It means the world to me, man, and I love you guys. So thanks for being here tonight. Let's see, we got on the Appalachian Trail, I've been thinking a lot about hiking because we're all frozen in these psychedelic realms right now. Can't really go out to the mountains right now, because they be more frozen than even we are here. I dug my car out of the hainted snow, but I kept my spot because I'm not trying to get shot for parking somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Some of these shrimps, their cars are still buried deep on my block. Half the cars are still just underneath, 36 inches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that. You know, people have, you know, it's spiritual. It's that wintertime shrimp. It's that mystical, like, just like, yo, we're going to just chill with these right now. Watching lots of movies, you know. We at our house at the Pouch, we've been watching this movie, The Stupids. Featuring Tom Arnold. Y'all seen that thing? I've seen that movie 6 times in the past 3 weeks.
Not enough. 10.
Maybe 7.
10.
Andrew's seen that movie 3 times. He lives down the way. He's seen it 3 times. I think Patrice seen it like 4 times. I'm pretty sure.
Y'all gonna see it plenty more times, I promise. Get to it. It just plays on loop on the TV all day. Right?
That winter time is the sacred time we can get to know ourselves and our friends better, which is cool as hell. You know what I mean? I dig that deep. And I hate it when the winter ain't real, so I'm very happy with this. It's awesome. But you know, there's a section of the Appalachian Trail that's kind of like, with the shrimps with the cars buried in snow, you know what I mean? It's a decimated realm. The bears at this spot, they all figured out how to tear everybody's food bags out of the trees. And when you're on the Appalachian Trail, when you're hiking on a long trail, PCT, CDT, any motherfucking spiritual trail, you know, any of these psychedelic trails, you learn how to hang your food at night because the animals are going to get it. Raccoons might shrimp up the trees. Motherfucking squirrels and shit might try to jack your peanut butter and whatnot. The bears are definitely trying to deep throat anything you got up around there. You hang your food. It's out on the limb. It's like 7 feet out, 10 feet out maybe, and you got to hang it off the limb a certain depth so the shrimps can't, like, you know, say, come off the limb and snatch it. It's a very specific spiritual process that you get used to very quickly if you're doing a long distance hike or something. You know, you learn camping a lot, you learn how to hang the food in a bear bag, they call it. So we'd be hanging the bear bag. But on this one specific stretch in North Carolina, the bears have learned how to snatch the bear bags in every way possible. They have shrimps on shoulders snatching the bags. Then they realized they could just knock all the trees down and then get all the bags in the trees. They learned as massive shrimps, they could knock all the trees over. So there's a sacred zone, about a 10-mile stretch. There's no trees. They just all been knocked down. And there's feces everywhere. And the feces swirled inside them is Snickers wrappers and ramen wrappers, psychedelic Nor pasta side wrappers. We're talking psychedelic Slim Jims. All the feces mixed with the crazy ass motherfucking, you know, wrappers and shit that all these shrimps is dogging down. These bears had torn it apart. And I was there one night, and there was still a couple limbs left at this point. And there was a group of 4 hikers, and they had spent the night right down the way from me. And they had hung all their food up in the bear lines on the holy tree. And 3 of those hikers were normal hikers, and there was one that was a little different from them. And you'll understand in a second. These shrimps had their food, 4 bags hung in the tree. The bears knocked all 4 bags down, and the bears deep-throated 3 of those bags like nobody's business. One of those people in one of those bags was so Caucasian that they needed prescription suntan lotion. This white-ass honky needed some extra girth on their skin to even be outside. And they had a half gallon of prescription suntan lotion that was scented, so it was up inside their holy bag. The bear deep-throated that shit like it was a motherfucking, like a Yard's Pale Ale or something. And when they woke up in the morning, they looked at those bags, and all 3 of the bags were deep-throated, including the suntan lotion and everything. There was a 4th bag. It was untouched. That bag was just sitting there like nobody had ever seen it. It was just miraculously just sitting there untouched, spiritual. And the 3 of those hikers were normal shrimps. That 4th homie was a vegan. This natural beast from the holy woods I'm talking way more natural than any of us could ever aspire to be. Would rather deep throat a gallon of suntan lotion than go anywhere near vegan food. If that does not say something, I don't know what else will. This song is called Raw Meat and Poison Ivy. I wrote this song out at a campfire alone in the woods, chugging brews, and that was my home. I was blown and threw it in the zone, thinking about the holy miles I'd be seeing in the morning. Natural world got me feeling so fine as I walk them holy trails and they dip in their wine. Freedom, it's all in your mind. That's why I'm lubricated, I stay high all the time. Like a growing shrimp, I'm going through changes. Like a river, I watch it as my life rearranges. Rolling back roads and rocking the stages. I like to spread love and free people from cages. Both physically and in their mind. The beauty is you never know just what you will find. Oh yeah, I keep on the grind. Move your feet to that beat like those words we rolling in. Raw meat and poison ivy. 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 I'm a spiritual shrimp, a southern shrimp, a spiritual pimp. Sometimes I'm paranoid cause I'm often rolling with a pound of hemp. Lipping and slicking and sucking and fucking and pimping, shrimping it. No, I'm never limping. My ankles are like gumbees, so I keep it spiritual on Mondays through Sundays. Life is a holy trail. I can feel the spirit in me when I pause to exhale. Soul is a mystic sail. Oh, when you're rolling holy, there's no way you can fail. I feel like getting close to the earth. It's real. Let you know just what you are worth. I'm gone wild out in the dirt. It feels so natural. My hands are covered in raw meat and poison ivy. 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 Hell, motherfucker. Thanks so much, y'all. Yo, this next track goes out to my shrimp Z out there, my holy buddy Z. Whoop, whoop. This song called Sexy, Psychedelic, and Haunted. Down the road, there's that abandoned karaoke bar. It reminds me of a place I know afar. Holy place of legends that you know is true. It might happen to you. She was sexy, a psychedelic and haunted. I've no idea what she wanted, but you know I can picture her completely in my mind. She was so beautiful, her soul was kind. The way she spoke to me with her eyes so fine, it was quite a time. She was sexy, psychedelic, and haunted. Strange ideas she flaunted. Oh, I wonder if she was a ghost. Was that place even real? But I knew when I touched her hand, flesh I did feel. A palette of emotions inside both a Sunday brink. But you might miss it if you blink. She was sexy, psychedelic, and haunted. Vibing like fake culture, freshly painted. And old Missouri's got those vibes, like someplace in between. She was high, she got me high, but not like off that green. I really like her, Lord, I hope she's doing well. If you see her, please do tell. She was sexy, a psychedelic, and haunted, yeah. She was sexy, psychedelic, and haunted, yeah. She was sexy, a psychedelic, and haunted, 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 yeah. That's to my OGZ over there.